Is it just me, or is SnowRunner becoming more and more of an Aussie four-wheel drive simulator by the day? This is a brand new 80 series Land Cruiser mod, which, by the way, it's not always going to look like this. We got to get it customized first. The only reason why it looks like this is because none of the parts are on it right now. This is not its, like, end state in any way. This is just the way it looks pre-customization. It's under construction, so don't worry about it. Now, on our way into the garage, we're going to go ahead and talk about what this thing is and sort of how it came to be. And this, if you're not aware, is the 80 series Beast, and it's from the mod creator that did the original Beast Land Cruiser that I showed not too long ago here on the channel. Now, let's go ahead and throw, oh my god, look at all the different engine options. All right, let's see. We've got the 1HZ, we've got the 1HZ but middle, we've got the 330 horse version, the 600 horse version, now we're talking, we got the 670 horse version, and we've got the 820 horsepower version. I think we're gonna go with, I'm so torn. I feel like with the, I don't know, I want to do either the 600 or the 820. I tell you what, we'll do the 600 this time and then the 820 in the future. Now, let's see what kind of transmissions we have. We have crawl, default, fast, highway, off-road, and tow. Let's do crawl, because after all, we are out here on Outback Overlanding today. Now, suspension-wise, oh my god, there's a lot of options. We got the 3-inch, wait, come on, really? A 3-inch lift? Sad, haha. What the? Don't suspension shame me! We don't do that here. All right, we've got also the 5-inch lift, baby size, but good for starting out, lol. What is it with these descriptions? They're beautiful. 5-inch towing, come on, go bigger, lol. Oh my god. I can't. Let's see, 6-inch lift. It's all right. You're just starting to get used to a tall truck. Stop lift kit shaming me! Oh my god! 6-inch tow, good choice. Oh, there's no haha or lol in that one. 7-inch lift, perfect height, air quotes. 7-inch towing, getting a bit high, but I'm sure you will do great. 8-inch lift, be careful, you will roll a lot with this. 8-inch towing, just for fun, good luck. Well, luck spelled wrong. Ha ha. Okay, I think we're gonna go with the 7-inch because that seems to be about the exact height we need. Okay, I'm already loving this thing. This is beautiful. Okay, all these tires are locked. We don't need those. Okay, here we go. Here's the modded tires. Now, I'm thinking we go for, on the 7-inch lift kit, probably about like a 42. 42 should work really, really well. 42-inch KM2. What else do we have besides the KM2? We've got a, well, air quotes mud grappler, because that doesn't look like a mud grappler tread pattern. That looks like a Maxxis tread pattern. I'm not sure which Maxxis, but that looks like a Maxxis tread pattern. Now, we could go bigger if we wanted. There's 43, 45, 46, 48. Oh, God, you could go huge if you wanted. And then it goes down to 31 for some reason. I guess if you want to go like small but mud tires, you could. You can also go for 50s if you really want to go that big. Oh my god, there's even 51s, 52s, 53s, 54s. Jeez, does it keep going? 55? 56? You could put a 56-inch tire on this thing. It's a bit loony, but like, I mean, you totally could if you wanted to. But I think realism-wise, I think the 42s work really, really well. They look oddly small, though, when I see it, like, in this view. They don't actually look like a 42. That's kind of the weird part about it. How about we go for the 46? The 46 looks a lot more like a real-world 42 would look. Maybe it's a tire scaling thing. Maybe it's a vehicle scaling thing. I'm not actually fully sure. We'll do the left snorkel in black. Then front bars-wise, we've got a standard bull bar, that bull bar 1, 2, and 3. I'm kind of back and forth on these, to be honest. I don't know if I tell you what, number 3 is the one I kind of prefer, but I gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of any of those options. They're not bad, per se, but like they're also not my favorites for whatever reason. Engine. What do you mean engine? Oh, I think it puts an actual engine, like, physically under the hood. You can see the intercooler pop up right there. Exhaust, let's see, double rear. Hood, dude, we could do a freaking, what? Teardrop hood exhaust? Oh my god. That's so sick. It's tiny, though. Let's do the hood exit, and we'll have it in kind of like the proper size. Spare tires, I'm guessing those go on the rear because the camera doesn't face that way. The camera doesn't face that way when you try to actually load them. Now, let's see. We will do the... we can even do, like, 80 stock headlights. We'll do 80 stock white headlights this time. Rear bar 2. I don't know. It doesn't show me the rear when it's like when I'm actually trying to look at the rear bar. So I guess rear bar, just standard. Front grille, let's see, 80 Beast. And you actually have quite a few. Oh my god. You have quite a few different like grill logos you can do. I'm just going to do 80 Beast. And then we will do, you can do the awning, the light bar, the roof rack. We'll equip it with all of that stuff. Black and chrome alloy once again. These are kind of the standard fare of wheels for the Beast Series mods, it seems. We'll do the black and chrome alloy first option this time. We're going to have this thing in white, or actually a couple different shades of white. We've got like a reddish brown, which actually looks really cool. We've got a couple of different blues, a really nice like orangey yellow. This blue is actually, like, just slightly purple. I really dig it, though. Got a nice deep red. A really nice deep red. I tell you what we're gonna do. I think we'll go with... You know what? Kind of the purpley blue. I dig it. I think it looks really good. All right, let's fire this thing up and get it out on a trail and see what it's like to drive. Now, I'm sure that on a map like Outback Overlanding, we're not going to push the limits of this rig, but we might take it out somewhere like TNB Trails or something in the future and see if we can really push the limits of it and get it really bound up and twisted into some gnarly rocks. This is going to be more like taking it for its first drive, taking it for its first trail cruise, and really seeing what a rig like this is like. Now, I love 80 Series Land Cruisers. I absolutely adore them. I actually, when I was really, really young, my family actually had an 80, and I remember going on, you know, weekend adventures in an 80 with my family when I was like a really, really little kid. We didn't have it for a super long time, but it was one of those rigs from my own personal childhood that I very, very closely remember, and it's always fun getting to either drive one in a game or see one drive by on the road. I'd love to own one someday. I really do like these rigs. They're so stout, they're so strong, they're so honestly overbuilt for what they are, and you can do so much with them off-road. And for the longest time, not a lot of people built them, and then people kind of started to catch on, and then once people caught on and realized how good they were, it kind of created its own little miniature ecosystem, so to speak, of a market for these things, and the prices on them have definitely gone up recently. Well, I say recently, more like in recent years, but in some ways that's kind of for good reason, because these things are super stout. No! I was really thinking I could take that line. I really wanted to experiment and see if I could take that line. The answer to whether or not I could take that line is absolutely not. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually back up and try this again, because I don't want to just let that be the obstacle that I rolled on. I'm also gonna call up the mobile body repair mechanic and fix that damage, and then, you know, we'll get back to what we're doing. So let me go ahead and, whoa, don't you, no, thank you, Ninja Winch. All right. We're going to try to just drop directly off of it this time, because I'm pretty sure we have big enough tires to do that. Let's try low minus for this. Ultra low. Dropping down. Not bad. Didn't even catch the bumper or the spares. Yeah, that was sick. So what I will definitely say about this 80 is that if you like realistic trail riding and crawling, you're gonna love this thing. As I can tell you that with the 4-speed transmission and the 600 horsepower spec engine, it's got a really nice amount of grunt, it's got a really nice amount of low-end torque, but it never feels like it's going to like explode out from underneath itself. It never feels like it's gonna, you know, shoot off to the side of the trail. It never feels like it's gonna do anything anything wacky. It's always very predictable to drive, and while it does have a good bit of flex on this 7-inch kit, it also is top-heavy enough that you do have to be aware of the fact that you're in a somewhat top-heavy rig, which I think is also another really realistic thing about it. Easing it on down. Keep it in low or put it in low plus. I'm not sure if low plus is going to hook up in here. Oh, never mind. Yeah, low plus hooks up just fine. Let's go. I'm going to take the left line. The left line is a little bit more challenging, so we'll see how this 80 does. Here we go. Coming in from the left side. Starting to ease it over to the right. I'm going to give it just a little bit more beans with low plus. Letting it slide into where it wants to be, and boom, we're good. Oh, this thing is so nice to drive. It's so predictable. It's got just enough grip to where, yes, it will spin on the rocks, but it won't spin indefinitely. It will just spin until it grabs traction, and then it goes. And I think, honestly, I'm shocked that in terms of, like, console-friendly mods and stuff like that, I'm shocked that this is the first 80 we've really honestly seen, at least in a very, very, very long time, because 80s are very popular rigs, but it really depends on, you know, what sort of subset of off-roading you're into. If you're into, like, you know, big mega trucks and mudding and stuff like that, the 80 might not be quite as on your radar. But if you're into, like, you know, Toyotas or trail riding or Aussie style off-road, these are definitely going to be on your radar. We also almost rolled it there, and we had an epic ninja winch moment. I'm going to try and return it to its baseline. Let's see. Easy. Easy. And not bad. Not bad. Not bad. We'll be somewhat easy with it. Oh my god, stop. Okay. This will absolutely force you to take, like, you know, very realistic lines, because as you can see, if you even remotely take a bad line, it's like, it's game over. It's rolling over immediately. All right, we're going to try this again, and we're going to try to approach it in a way that we don't roll it, because I got to be honest, like, this thing really, really forces you to think ahead about your lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up over here to the right, and then I'm going to cut back left, give it some beans. There we go. And then walk it up. Just got to make sure we balance it. Fighting for traction, give it a little bit more, and there it is. Yeah, you really have to think about what you're doing. That's the biggest takeaway that I'm getting from driving this thing, especially for the first time, is that it's a rig where it's very capable if you use it the way it wants you to use it. If you use it the way it doesn't want you to use it, it will just roll over on you all the time. But if you drive it the way it wants to be driven, it will absolutely reward you. And I think in that way, it's a very rewarding vehicle to drive, because it gives you sort of an incentive to think a little bit more about what you're doing and to really think about the lines that you're taking. And I think when you give, you know, the player an incentive to think more about the lines that they take up these trails, all of a sudden the game becomes a lot more realistic. And, like, see right back there, I couldn't make it up that rock at all just by crawling it, but instead I had to back up just a tad and then bump it, and then that got me up the rock. So it's like, you've got enough traction to do that, but there are going to be times when it's going to sit there and spin and force you to be like, I gotta back up and rethink this and then try it again. Really fun, though, if you like that approach to driving and approach to just off-roading in general. Oh, I literally, see? I didn't pay attention to my line for like 1 second. 1 second, and I started going over. But that is going to do it for this look at the 80 Series Beast. And if y'all enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts and opinions on it in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see y'all next time.